Let's catch up on the stocks making headlines, from major investments, deals, order wins, acquisitions, and earnings surprises. Here's a quick look at the stocks in focus on April 3rd. We've got a full lineup today, so let's dive right in.
Sounds good. A lot of interesting activity in the market today. Let's get started.
First up, we have Reliance Industries Limited. They've commenced construction of their first compressed biogas plant in Andhra Pradesh with a significant investment.
Right. So this initial project is worth 139 crore rupees, but it's part of an even larger plan involving 500 CBG plants with a total investment of 65,000 crore rupees. It's a big push towards renewable energy,
That's huge. Okay, next is Bharat Electronics Limited receiving new orders worth 593.22 crore rupees from the Indian Air Force. What are the details?
Well, this contract is for maintenance services for the Akash missile system, but even more exciting, negotiations have concluded for additional orders worth 5,000 crore rupees. So it's not just new orders, it's recurring revenue from maintenance too.
Okay, so BEL is definitely worth a look. InterArch Building Solutions Limited is next with a letter of intent for a new order valued at over 300 crore rupees plus taxes. What exactly are they building?
They are involved in the design, engineering, manufacturing, supply, and erection of pre-engineered steel building systems for a domestic project. Plus, they've got a 25% advance payment, which is always a good sign.
True, cash flow is king. Speaking of building, Mahindra Lifespace Developers Limited has been selected as a preferred partner for redeveloping two residential societies in Mumbai, estimated at 1,200 crore rupees. That's a hefty project value.
Yeah, and it's located in Lokhandwala complex, which is a prime area in Andhri West. It's executed under the state's cluster development scheme, so there's government backing involved too.
Right. All right. Now, Kirloskar Oil Engines Limited has secured an order from the Indian Navy for the design and development of a 6 megawatt medium speed marine diesel engine. That sounds pretty specialized.
It is, and it's valued at 270 crore rupees with 70% funding from the Government of India. It looks like the government's pushing for self-reliance in marine engine development.
Interesting. Next up, we've got Alivus Life Sciences Limited and Torrent Urja 19 Private Limited, with Alivus acquiring a stake in Torrent Urja 19. Why is a life sciences company investing in renewable energy?
It's all about sustainability, actually. Alivus is trying to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030 and comply with Indian electricity laws. Think of it as hedging their bets against future regulations and energy costs.
Makes sense. Let's move on to Punjab National Bank, PNB. Their global business has reached 26 crore 83 lakh 15,151 crore rupees, a 14.0% year-on-year increase. That's some solid growth.
Absolutely. They're seeing growth across the board. Deposits and advances are up significantly. It's a good sign of overall financial health and expansion.
Right. And now, Central Bank of India is showing similar growth, with total business reaching 7 lakh 5,196 crore rupees, up 10.75% year over year. How does their CASA ratio look?
Their CASA percentage is at 48.91%, which indicates a healthy mix of low-cost deposits. It's always good to see a strong CASA ratio for banks as it helps improve their profitability.
Definitely. Mahindra and Mahindra Financial Services Limited's fourth quarter financial year 25 disbursements are estimated at 15,480 crore rupees. Is that a good sign for them?
Well, it's up approximately 1%, which is modest, but their overall business assets have reached approximately 1,19,300 crore rupees, growing by about 16%. So it seems like they're managing to grow their asset base quite well.
Okay, let's move on to Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited. They've announced the keel laying ceremony of NPV for Navi Merchants. What exactly does that mean?
The keel laying ceremony is basically the formal start of construction of a ship. They're contracted to design, build, and deliver 6 multi-purpose vessels to Navi Merchants Denmark, starting with the first delivery in April 2026.
Gotcha. Now, Endurance Technologies Limited, they've completed the acquisition of a 60% stake in Stofoli GmbH and Stofoli Automotive GmbH. Why this acquisition?
It seems like Endurance is expanding its global footprint. Stofferly is a European company, and this acquisition gives Endurance access to their markets and technologies. Plus, it finalized on April 2nd, 2025, after antitrust approval, so it seems legit.
Expansion is always a good sign. Let's check out Lupin Limited next on the list. Lupin Healthcare UK Limited has acquired Renaissance Pharma Limited. What's the rationale behind this?
Well, Renaissance Pharma Limited is a licensee and sole supplier of niche biogenerics products in the UK. This acquisition will broaden Lupin's portfolio of specialty pharmaceuticals in the United Kingdom, giving them a stronger presence there.
Makes sense. Autumn Investment and Infrastructure Limited has been selected as the resolution applicant for the acquisition of VAS Infrastructure Limited, VIL. What are they hoping to gain from this?
Basically, Autumn is looking to invest in the real estate sector through this acquisition. It's subject to approval from the National Company Law Tribunal, but if it goes through, they'll obtain almost 95% of VIL's share capital.
Seems like a strategic move. GE Power India Limited has received new purchase orders from NTPC Limited for generator parts. How significant is this order?
The total value is 382 million rupees, excluding GST, with a 40-month execution period. While not massive, it's a steady stream of revenue from a reliable client like NTPC. It's like getting a stamp of approval on their equipment.
Good point. Borosil Limited's board approved the setup of a new manufacturing unit in Rajasthan. What's the scope of this expansion?
This new unit is for flasks, bottles, and containers with an initial production capacity of 2.4 million units per annum expected around December 2025. They're investing 40 crore rupees, which will be financed through a mix of equity, debt, and internal accruals.
Ashok Leyland Limited has completed an investment in Optare PLC, a UK-based subsidiary. What are the details?
They've increased their shareholding in Optare PLC from 92.59% to 93%. Ashok Leyland is planning to invest up to £45 million in Optare PLC. And this share allotment is part of that plan, which is probably to expand their presence in the electric vehicle market.
All right, moving on to Maruti Suzuki India Limited. They've announced a price increase across their car models. Why are they raising prices now?
They're attributing the price increase to rising input costs and regulatory changes. The model-wise price increase goes up to 62,000 rupees for the Grand Vitara.
Hopefully, it doesn't affect sales too much. Let's talk about Hindustan Zinc Limited. They've reported record mine metal production for financial year 25. How significant is this?
Well, they hit 1,095 KT, a 1% increase year over year. Their refined metal production also increased, but saleable silver production decreased. It's a mixed bag, but overall positive.
Okay, MOIL Limited announced its best financial year performance in financial year 25. What's driving their success?
Record manganese ore production of 18.02 lakh tons, which is a 2.7% year-over-year increase. They're also ramping up exploratory core drilling, so they're looking to increase production even further in the future.
Good for them. Kanpur Plastipack Limited has reported record sales for March 2025. What's behind this surge?
Their sales reached 5,419.20 MT in quantity and 78 crore 84.67 lakh rupees in value. They've also noted a robust order pipeline, so it seems like they're set for sustained growth actually.
Great. Sai Silkskala Mande Limited saw their turnover for fourth quarter financial year 25 reach approximately 399 crore rupees, an 11% increase. Are they expanding their reach?
Yes, they opened 2 new stores under the Kanchipuram Varamahalakshmi Silks brand. Smart move, as expanding their footprint should further boost revenue.
Sounds good. Hariam Pipe Industries Limited reported that value-added product sales increased by 46% year-on-year in Q4, financial year 25. How is this growth impacting their overall performance?
Value-added products now account for 97% of their total sales volume in Q4 financial year 25. Focusing on these higher margin products is definitely paying off.
All right, let's jump over to Punjab and Sind Bank. Their total business increased, reflecting a year-over-year growth of 11.91%. How are their deposits and advances looking?
Total deposits reached 1,29,780 crore rupees, marking an 8.68% increase, and gross advances amounted to 1,551 crore rupees, a 16.39% rise. Growth across the board.
Now, South Indian Bank Limited's gross advances and total deposits have both increased. How does their CASA ratio compare to Punjab and Sind Bank?
Their CASA deposits totaled 33,730 crore rupees with a CASA ratio of 31.37%. While lower than some others we've discussed, it still represents a significant portion of their deposits. Disclaimer, we advise investors to check with certified experts before taking any investment decisions.
All Cargo Logistics Limited announced that EcuHole Anvi, a subsidiary, acquired an additional stake in Ecu Worldwide Japan Limited. What's the strategy here?
They're increasing their ownership to 100% for $220,000. Ecu Worldwide Japan Limited specializes in ocean freight forwarding. So this acquisition will expand All Cargo Logistics' FCL and LCL business in Japan.
Okay, Focus Lighting and Fixtures Limited secured new contracts. How significant are these deals for them?
The new contracts are worth 9.11 crore rupees. They've received 3 commercial orders for indoor and outdoor lighting fixtures with project timelines ranging from 6 months to 2 years.
All right, Avantel Limited received a new purchase order from the Department of Atomic Energy. That's interesting.
It is. It's worth 4.96 crore rupees excluding taxes for domestic supply. It comes with a 24-month warranty period and the order should be completed by May 2nd, 2026.
JB Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals Limited has approved the acquisition of equity shares in Jamnagar Renewables 1 Private Limited, JROPL. It looks like another company going green.
Exactly. They're acquiring up to 70 lakh equity shares of JROPL to enable the consumption of power generated from their renewable energy project, Smart Move.
Now, Popular Vehicles and Services Limited opened a new Maruti Suzuki 3S facility in Bangalore. How does this fit into their overall strategy?
This integrated facility includes a showroom, workshop, and pre-owned car business. It marks their entry into the Karnataka market and expands their partnership with Maruti Suzuki.
Okay, last on the list is Prism Johnson Limited. Looks like they're experiencing a delay in their cement production capacity enhancement.
Right, the completion has been delayed to June 30th, 2025. However, they are increasing their outsourced grinding capacity in the meantime. So they're still working on boosting production.
So that's a comprehensive overview for today, April 3rd. A lot of activity across various sectors, from renewable energy to infrastructure and finance.
Definitely a lot for investors to consider. And hopefully this gives them a good starting point for their research. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more daily stock updates.